All right, I guess we live again. Okay, I don't. So I'll just leave that open for right now. All right, guys. Today is what, Wednesday, July 16th, and we have PPI news today. As you can hear, the roosters cockadoodle-doo. They're crowing. Nah, roosters is doing whatever fuck roosters do. Every single stream I cuss in the first 15 seconds. I need to chill with that, and I never curse when I'm doing like a regular Zoom. So whatever. So today is Wednesday, July 16th. We have 8:30 news. 8:30 news is going to be core PPI. Yesterday we had CPI. And like I say, every day we look at news to look for volatility in the markets and liquidity. We're not looking for it at news to see whether we're going to buy or sell or anything like that. So we got what we needed. We see that we have news at 8:30, and that could be expected. And that's the only thing I'm gonna use this for the moment. Next thing, I'm gonna open my virtual private server on forexvps.com and access my cloud computer or my computer on the cloud that homes or hosts my MT5 terminals. So we got the FTMO 200K account right here. Um, for the last 2 weeks, we have been taking some L's. It's not looking good at all. We went from $217,000 to $202,000. Well, 202, 929,000. 217 to 203, basically. Ridiculous. And I know, and it's all because of high impact news events. That's all it was. 100% high impact news events, bad spreads, and then we do it had some bad execution on my parts where I managed the trades myself, and I just made it worse. I just added insult to injury. Still, we still got to put in our in the grain of salt that we are trading in the summer time where it's gonna be a lot of tricky trades, um, and then low liquidity, but earlier the month of June, we was doing amazing. I could go ahead and show you from the beginning all the way to I'm tripping, hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna show you all the way from the beginning all the way to now. I'll bring that up a little bit more of all the trades. So these are the beginning trades right here. Boom, boom. And then look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 winning trades back to back. I won every single trade for 2 weeks straight. Between what? Between June 2nd all the way to June 17th. Every trade I took was a win. The biggest trade I had on this account was $4,000. Then this is fine. These two trades right here, this is a calculated loss. That's fine. We don't have any problem with that type of trade right here. Then we went back into a winning streak where we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This was believe this is when I started. This is when the downhill started, where I believe something went on with either something went on with the spread, something went on with the virtual private server, or something went on where I touched it myself. And then we went back on a winning streak. So it's basically supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins, well, 9 wins in a row. This is another one where I believe either was the spread, I touched it personally, or something. I don't think it was something to do with the VPS at this point. It's either I touched it or it was the spread. Um, that closes me at break even for a small loss. And then now the problems happen. This is right here. This is the NFP, which is the first Friday of the month of June, and it was moved up to Thursday because, I mean, first Friday of July. It was moved up to Thursday because July 4th landed on Friday, and that was also high impact, not high impact news, but a holiday. So they moved NFP to Thursday. And because of the slippage and the volatility, because like I said, new high impact news events creates volatility. I lost 8 grand from slippage, and that was cool. That was cool. I got it. And on top of that, it the same thing that happened yesterday. It touched my trade not by a pip, but by from spread. Spread activated the what was it? The buy, and it instantly dropped. These high impact news moves because it seems like it's the same thing. It's not like I'm going deep into profit and then going into loss. It's it's triggering my trade by 1 pip and then going. So I know my range is 20 pips. So if that's how y'all want to play it, I could reverse engineer it, which I'm gonna put a note there. I'm gonna reverse engineer it to go ahead and catch it. That's how y'all gonna. I'm talking to the market like it's a real person, but that's what's going on. So I lost 8 grand on that weird one, and my homeboy, he's my brother basically. He told me either don't trade it or use lower leverage. Those are three options. Create a contingency plan, use lower leverage, or just don't trade high impact news at all. The reason why I do trade high impact news is because when I back tested everything indiscriminately. But after seeing all the spreads and how high impact news affects spread, I noticed that in the back testing cannot recreate the live spread fluctuation that actually happens in the markets. So have to take my back testing with a grain of salt. And then when I start skipping days, another thing is that it's gonna affect my win streak, lose streak, and the probability and outcomes of my strategy overall. So I was like, all right, let me just take all of them and just see what's gonna happen because this one was high impact news where I made 4 grand. High impact news, but it was in my favor. So I had positive slippage and then I had a positive trail. So I did make it. So that's why I was like, okay, if I lose this 8 grand, that would be cool. And then the next trade after that was it was a fine losing trade. The program worked perfectly. It was a holiday. Another thing, holidays. Do I skip holidays? I need to figure out what I'm doing with that. So that means that I have to back test. I have to go back, find out all the high impact news days, find out all the holidays, and I have to back test them one by one to see in the entirety of a year how do they what are the outcomes of them, and then I not only have to back test them, but I have to go ahead and go on TradingView to see how the market move that happened. The only thing is you cannot. That's the tricky thing, bro. You can't back test spread and then volatility and high impact news. So if I can't do that, if it's not looking good, I'm gonna go ahead and either create a contingency plan or just avoid those trades, which I'm supposed to avoid those trades all in all. All right, cool. Boom. That was, like I said, 4th of July was a decent trade. It was a losing trade, but there was no high spreads or there was nothing that went wrong. It was just a losing day, which is fine. Then I thought I was gonna come back to a winning streak. We made the 8,000. I made the 800. We made the 1,900. We made the 1,400. This one, I believe this. Yeah, I know exactly what happened on this trade. This trade, markets looked like it was gonna do the same thing that it did on the other trade where it would it kind of touched my try to trigger my trade, but it didn't trigger my trade. And then I wanted to I closed the position and I tried to manually trade. And then once it started going against me, I decided to close it at break even. And then Marcus decided to go with the trade anyways. So that was on me. That was a mistake on my part. So it's actually supposed to be a winning trade, winning trade, winning trade, winning trade, and then we have the 11th. Okay, that is Friday. And that was an okay losing trade. Cool. So we have one, two, three, four potential winning trades in a row. All right. Two more. We have 2 minutes until markets open. Yeah, we had the four winning trades in a row. I'm pretty sure that was a good losing trade. Yes, I remember making the video on that. That's fine. Then winning trade and boom, high impact news that ended up giving me a losing trade off of spread. The spread price that messed up my trade in the previous one didn't even touch. didn't even the price of the markets did touch where I was supposed to enter at, but the spread didn't, and they just gave me an order. So when I get when I get enough money, I'm gonna go ahead and try to put some implement some things into my program that avoids spread and the manipulation of spread, where it's like, all right, if the spread is gonna be this big, I'm not entering the trade at all, bro. Just forget about it, because y'all it's tripping. Um, and I'm gonna go and do some research on how to trade high impact news with volatile spreads to see if there's something. So I know if I make the range bigger, it'll and make the leverage smaller, then I could go ahead and be in it. So let me go ahead and we got 40 seconds until news. Let me go ahead and record. And then just pay attention to my charts right here. Pay attention to the bottom of the chart. Pay attention to the yellow arrow and the trades that's going to be placed over here. And I'm going to have this right there. Boom. And we should have trade in the next 10 seconds. Boom. Automatically updated, automatically took the trades. We are now in a trading position. The yellow arrow now indicates the 8 a.m. candle in terms of the 5-minute charts. The black line now indicates the 8 a.m. candle open. The blue line indicates 5 pips above the 8 a.m. candle open, and also where my buy stop is. The pink line indicates 5 pips below the 8 a.m. candle where my sell stop is. Now, when price hits either my buy stop or my sell stop by moving 5 pips above or below, it's going to automatically delete the opposite trade, and it's going to go ahead and manage my position. When price moves 5 pips in my favor after getting the trigger in one of the buy or the sell stops, it's going to close 75% of the position. It's going to trail 25% of the position, and the trailing method that I will be using is going to be a 5-period ATR. And if price continues to move, it has to really move pretty fast in that direction for the ATR to go ahead and trail um, properly. But once we get like 5 pips in our favor, or maybe 6 or 7 pips, the ATR is going to trail my stop loss to break even. So I not break even, but it'll trail my stop loss to 5 pips in profit. And then if price goes behind or goes reverses, it's going to close a position. But if price decides to move further, it's gonna go ahead and continue to trail with price. We need news for it to really trail anything decent. So we'll wait for that. And another thing is that since we have news at 8:30, just like yesterday, price usually fluctuates around this 10 pip range before news, around I would say 8:20 to exactly at 8:30. That's when we actually would get into a trade, but for the most part, it just plays around. And that's a probabilistic basis, or based on probability, so it might not do that, might trigger a trade earlier. We never know. We just gotta sit here and wait for markets. All right, guys. Cool. I'm actually getting good at it now. Let's look at it. Boom, everything sized properly. Then we got my bullshit account right here. This is my $100 account. That's at $23 now. Yeah, you don't want to know what I've been doing on this account. I've been doing all type of fuckery on this account, all types of fuckery, and that's why you don't want to You don't want to trade small account sizes, because you're more likely to start doing stupid shit, because you think that the money is it's not that it's real money to you, but it's not money that could affect you. The profit doesn't move you, so you start taking trades, so that you start over leveraging or taking more trades that you shouldn't. You start gambling basically, because you're like, all right, it's just $100. I'm gonna go ahead and gamble, and that's exactly what I did. And when you start gambling, you start making impulse trades based off a decision. Emotion, and just lose basically. That's all that's going down. A lot of losing, and you can't climb back up. The more you lose, the harder it is to get back up. So that is what it is. But because I have the EA on it, it's gonna keep trading, whether it's for a dollar profit or loss or whatever. Um, I'm not gonna look at that. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. You're just worrying about the 200K challenge, trying to get it back up. Man, that is ridiculous. I'm telling you, bro, that news thing is a joke. This is gonna be the last week where I do full percentage on news. Next week there's not gonna be high volatility because um what week we in? No. That's next month. No. We're gonna have some trades. We're gonna have some trades. We'll have some trades. So yeah, I don't think anything gonna happen. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll show you my charts though. Let me go ahead and show you my trading view charts, my technical analysis chart. There we go. Let's talk about technical analysis for a second here. Not, I'd rather scratch my head than hit my head like a ghetto black girl. So fuck, after braids, after keeping them clean. I ain't no baddie. All right, guys. So this has completed. Session one is now complete. So I could go ahead and update session one here. Go ahead and measure it and update its information. Price range tool. Let's call it what, 32 pips? All right, price hasn't went to the higher, the low. Right here at the low is if price decides to continue moving lower, then I will be closed at 75% profit. I'll be close 75% of my position at 5 pips profit. That's what I meant to say. Could go ahead and update this as well. This one, we can call it a losing trade. So this one is going to be rojo, red. We lost a trade, double red, and it was a sell position. Just for markets to go down 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 pips. Just for markets to go down 70 pips. Or at least don't trigger my trade. Don't trigger the trade and trigger the buy and give me, I probably would have caught a partial close, or entire close at 5 pips. Jeez, bro, that's why I have to move to futures. I have to move to futures, but I need the money for the programmer to go ahead and convert. Or I gotta go on ChatGPT and figure out how can I convert my current expert advisor EA program to be able to properly risk based off of futures lot sizes and leverage, which is a little bit different. So the mathematical calculations are different on futures and forex. So the way that futures contracts and stuff work is a little bit different than forex, but they both use MT5. And my program is scripted in MT5, so yeah, it shouldn't be hard. I just gotta pay the nigga to do it, and these programs is not cheap. They ain't going. And I don't think I could program that myself. Maybe ChatGPT could program it, but I'll see. And I have to back test and everything. Yeah, I think in a little while you're gonna see me in the futures because the scams that they got going on here with this fucking forex stuff with spreads, bro. These niggas is messing up your win rate, and they're doing it on a large scale. So yes, some people are gonna win if your strategy, if you could avoid worrying about what spread is doing for sure. We get we get messed over, and on top of that, when that news event hit, and I know they raped a lot of people, they talking about we're doing maintenance on the website. Maintenance on the web, man. They was cooking the books. That's what they was doing, cooking the books. Yeah, man, I gotta stop trading high impact news like that. Unless I'm doing it on the side on a live account. I ain't gonna do that on no FTMO like that no more because the way that they be moving with spreads and based on my hedging, I mean I'm ahead my scalping strategy, it ain't good for my account. It ain't healthy for my mental. Start looking at my program like it's crazy. Come on, man. How you go from you wanna know another thing? Especially because I have a scalping strategy. Commissions. I'm paying commission. Wait a second. I don't think I'm paying commissions. I gotta double check. I might ask ChatGPT. I think I might be paying commissions and the spread at the same time. Because if I'm paying commissions to get in and out of the trade, yeah, if I'm paying commissions to get in and out of the trade, why the spread moving like I'm on a spread base or a regular account? I gotta ask. But I don't see anybody else complaining about it, so it's probably in their contract or something like that. But yeah, the commission is killing me, bro. I want let me see this shit. Um, yeah, I paid the more I trade, right? Whether it's a win or loss, I have to pay commission, and I've been trading for over a month now. So as you can see, my account says I'm at $202,929, $202,929.42. But in actuality, I have a $5,181.55 profit. I've so far paid $2,114 in commissions. Whether I win, lose, or draw, I'm paying that commission. And that's why the longer I trade, the more money I lose. You get what I'm saying? So I need to catch bigger trades. I can't be catching 5 pips because I'm losing maybe a pip or two per trade in and out. So I mean a half a pip to yeah, half a pip to 2 pips in and out. Yeah, I was supposed to be updating this. Let me make sure I'm paying attention. Yeah, Marcus is moving closer to the sell stop right now. Have the do. Let me open this up on this one. This is the same FTMO, but this is on my local computer. This is not my VPS. On my local computer, I disabled automatic trading, so I don't have to worry. I'm just gonna have to figure out what was the open price. 1.16033. That is my open price. 1.16033. Alrighty, then I could go ahead and go ahead and build. I don't need that right now. I could do it right here. So what I'm doing, I'm building my MagnOpus trading grid, which just divides price action. It creates a template, my trading template. So I trade within a range, um, and I project ranges as well. And if I do that, it just visually creates a template where I can visually see the pips and the money being made, or and how price is moving in reference to proportionate sets of price. I gotta figure out how to articulate that, but you'll see in a second. Uh, First, let's figure out where is 5 pips above. 1.16033 plus 0.0004. Um, point. Yeah, that's I be confusing myself sometimes. I apologize, guys. That's why. You see why I'm confused? I'm confused because I didn't change the title on that line. That's why I put the wrong. You see, that's why I have the EA do it for me on the computer. Because if I don't let it do it on the computer, I start making one mathematical calculation is gonna throw off every single thing. I have it on the computer. I'm looking at it right now, so I don't have to do the mathematical calculation myself. I just gotta look to the left. 1.16083. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. Okay, change that to what are we doing? Bullish. So that's gonna be purple or blue. Turn it blue for me. Turn the style to what the hell? That should be good. All right, guys. Let me. Oh, markets have executed. It moved faster than I thought it was gonna move. All right, my bad. I wasn't able to catch it with right before I was doing something. So we have entered into a sell position, as you can see. We are in the trade, and it has automatically deleted the buy stop. And now we are waiting for price to continue to move down and hit that red line where I'm going to close 75% of my position. There we are, and we are in a bearish move. Pretty nice bearish move at that. Hopefully, it don't reverse now, but markets can do whatever we want to do. I just need 5 pips out of it so I could go ahead and be out of the trade for 75% of my position, and it can do whatever it wants to do after that. But if it's a losing trade, let it be a losing trade. We're gonna be here for another day. Don't fucking matter to me. All right, go ahead and put this away, and let's go back to work. Do, 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 do. This one, let's start over here. Let's start at the text. Uh, oh, 1.15933. 1.1.15933. Did you not want to go away? Copy. Let's change the color to this to what? That's teal. Is that a teal color right there? Let's change the coordinates. You see how stupid you are? Why would I talk to myself like that? My bad. 1.15983. That's what I'm saying. Leave it up to the programs. 1.15983. And then I can go ahead and I should do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that today. I'll do it today. All right. And then we are going to do our first bullish line. It's the easy one. I ain't gotta do two. I ain't gotta do rocket science for this one. 1.16133. Bam, bam. Then 1.15933. I could do that with my head. Change you to red. Rojo. Rojo. Oh, look at that. Marcus is moving lower. Thought it was gonna reverse on me, eh? I still don't care anymore. At this point, after getting them heartbreaks, going from 17,000 to 2,000 and or to 2,000 profit, it's not moving me no more, kid. I'm feeling it. I'm not moved by these movements no more. Nigga, I will not give it power over me anymore. I don't care if everyone on live stream and people's watching and I'm losing or whatever like that. I know my strategy. I know my program. I know its potential. I know that it's just a matter of time. It's not right now, but it's a matter of time. Oh yeah, no, this is supposed to be a straight line. All right, and now we have built our trading range. Let's talk about the trading range. So the trading range originates all of its data points from the 8 a.m. candle open. Then we project 5 pips above and 5 pips below. 5 pips above is where the buy stop. This is my indication that if price goes 5 pips above the 8 a.m. candle open, it is more likely than not to continue to move at least 5 pips or more in the same direction. If same vice versa, if price moves 5 pips below the 8 a.m. candle open, it is more likely than not to at least move 5 pips more below to up to 10 pips. 5 pips more to the 5 pips more for 5 pips profit or more. So that's how I basically trade. The majority of my trade is gonna be in this range. I've noticed that. Oh, let me go pull my phone out because it seems like we might be closing for a partial profit today. And I won't have to cuss right now. So let's give it a second. Let's give it a second. I'll keep yapping. And we do have what 9 minutes, nine minutes and a half before news. Yeah, yeah. So whatever. What like I was saying. So if same thing, vice versa, if price moves 5 pips below the 8 a.m. candle open, is more likely than not to continue to move 5 more pips lower and or more in the same direction. And that's my trading range. I've realized by back testing that we can get at least 20 pips of movement. Um, the minimum 10. Oh, there we go. Give me a second. I don't like that. We're gonna get a partial close. I know that for a fact. I can tell you that right now. I don't watch this shit happen so many times. But we can do that little BS where the spread don't tap in. But in theory, we should be getting a partial close. I just want to show you guys the program. Let me go on the server. I'll show you guys the program taking the trade. So we're currently up like what? Nah, went back down. All right, let me just commit to watching it. Nah, I'm gonna lose my train of thought. All right. So I realized that markets move in a range of at least 20 pips per day. So I know that I can catch at least something around 10 to 20 pips a day and get in and out. And then that's why I do a partial close that just in case markets want to move more than 20 pips in that day, I have a partial position if my trade is a winner that I can go ahead and trail it while market is moving in my favor. Now, markets do move all types of ways. It'll go back to your break even. It might hit your stop loss. It might reverse. It might move forward. It might stagnate, then move forward. It might stagnate and not move at all different types of probabilities. That's why I close majority of my position at 5 pips profit because that I know by back testing and by live trading that let's take the money off the table. When you see the money, take the money. Because when you're trading, if you don't realize the money and you just lock it into your account, it's not real. And as you will see while you're trading, it can disappear and turn to a loss very quickly. So I don't bank on big moves, but I do put a little insurance or a little, a little some on the table just in case markets want to move. Now, once I start fixing these and tweaking my my strategy out and start back testing a little bit more, I'm gonna be more aggressive with my trailing stop. Right now, I'm very, very conservative with the trailing stop. Sometimes I don't want to move it because I want to say markets no, but markets will go back to your entry point or go into a small drawdown or just stay in the same place before it actually show its ass and move in your direction 50, 60, 100 pips sometimes. Um, but I don't have a method. I have the not the parameters. Have the tools to be able to catch that a big trading stop, but I haven't proven the method and the parameters necessary to go ahead and do it. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to be trading or trying to trail stocks based on how I feel or where I think the market's gonna go, or it might have to be a set number. It might have to be I might not even use I might not even have to use what you call it, a trailing stop or anything except a take profit based off of my wins and losses, the average. And if I do that, then I could probably average out that I know, okay, markets when markets do move in my favor, it do this. And if I could capture this amount on average, then I could cover any losses that I might incur and I could get a lot more profits than I already am. So that would mean that I should calculate how much profits I'm making now and then figure out how much profit I probably potentially make. So we got 5 minutes until news. I don't know what the fuck you actually gonna do. Ugh. It's playing around maybe 1 or 2 pips away from my partial close. But that's what it do. That's his job. So that would be a good important piece of information because once I say it, I'm gonna memorize it. That I said it like 3 times already. That if we have news at 8:30, Marcus is not going to close my entire position before 8:30. And I could use that and build upon that to figure out how to build a trading strategy when we do have high impact news. And let's say it can't be any high impact news because NFP moves differently than CPI and PPI or just high impact news folders in general. So I gotta put all of that in effect. That's why journaling your trades, journaling your psychology is very important. Now that I have a system, that's what's very important too. Now that you have a system, I know that it works. I know I have an edge. All you're gonna do is keep optimizing, making it better, fixing the errors, making it, finding out where it's lacking and improving. And then me and this record. All right, let's see if we can catch it on camera. Do 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 do. It looked like it wanted to go, but it ain't going. We got like 3 more minutes. I want to see if it's gonna go ahead and give me that close um before 8:30. All right, no, 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 it hit my notification. It didn't. We got spread now. It did not do it yet either. You see it? Doing the same thing you always do. Sit right on top of the position. Sits right on top of the position and don't execute. But when it's high impact news, this the spread position can do the same exact thing. It could be 5 to 10 pips away from my position and don't execute nothing at all. Well, you gotta love it. You gotta love the game. And then once I stop recording, it's going to go. So I'm not. I'll just hold the camera for now. Edit the video later. You just gotta hold it for 2 minutes. Sit right on top of it, but I'm not executed. All right, guys, 20 seconds in high impact news. The volatility from the news, since we're so damn close to my partial close position, will probably trigger the trade anyways, so I'm not worried. Interesting. Same exactly. Well, the market did exactly the same thing it did yesterday. I'm not going for it. I ain't going for that one, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and talk to FTMO because I ain't going for that one, gang, at all. I refuse to. Uh, I need an explanation. Let me see what my let's go ahead and see what my Blueberry Markets account did. Oh, we lost that one too? Nah, we didn't lose it. I got a partial. Let me see. Let me go to orders and deals. What did I Yeah, close for 83 cents. Nah, I don't think I don't think I'm gonna go for that. I'm not gonna take that from these guys. Yeah, this nah. Yeah, that spread is unacceptable. All right, cool. Before I go and I cuss these niggas the fuck out, I'm gonna go ahead and update what happened in terms of technical analysis. So as you can see, this is my 88 candle space. As you can see, we do have 30 more minutes left in the 8 a.m. candle to 9 a.m. So we have to finish filling that out. So boom, we entered into a sell position. Boom, we hit the what you call it, partial close, but we didn't based off of our spreads. And then boom, we retested here, and I don't believe that we tested here at all, but it based off a spread. Apparently, I did. So that is that. And and we're gonna go ahead and update this tomorrow. I should do it on the stream. I should do it on the stream tomorrow. But there, yeah, that's it for today. Out of the position, no more trading. And then I have to work on my technical analysis videos that I'm gonna go ahead and drop as content on social media. So see you guys.